A U.S. federal judge has issued a temporary injunction blocking former President Donald Trump from removing Federal Reserve Governor Lisa Cook. This legal maneuver halts an attempt by the president to exert direct control over the leadership of the nation's central bank, a move that would have significantly altered its composition and potentially its policy direction. The ruling is a direct response to a lawsuit brought by Democratic lawmakers and a nonprofit organization who argued that such a removal would violate the Federal Reserve Act, which is designed to protect the institution's independence from political interference. The judge's decision ensures that Governor Cook will remain in her position while the legal case is fully litigated, effectively preserving the current state of the Fed's leadership for the foreseeable future. Analysis. Reasons and consequences. The temporary injunction is a victory for the principle of central bank independence, a cornerstone of modern economic policy. The primary reason for the lawsuit and the subsequent ruling lies in the unique statutory structure of the Federal Reserve Board. Governors are appointed to 14-year terms, a duration intentionally set to exceed a presidential term, thereby insulating them from short-term political pressures. The legal challenge centered on the argument that a president can only remove a Fed governor for cause, a high bar that requires proof of neglect of duty or malfeasance. The lawsuit contended that removing Governor Cook for a simple policy disagreement would not meet this standard, setting a dangerous precedent and undermining the Fed's ability to make decisions based purely on economic data, not political whims. The consequences of this judicial intervention are multifaceted. On an immediate level, it maintains the status quo at the Federal Reserve. Governor Cook, who was appointed by a previous administration, remains on the board, ensuring that its policymaking body, the Federal Open Market Committee, FOMC, retains its current ideological balance. This is a significant setback for President Trump, who has been a vocal critic of the Fed and its past interest rate decisions. His desire to replace Cook with an appointee more aligned with his own views on aggressive rate cuts is now delayed, if not completely thwarted. Beyond the immediate political implications, the ruling carries profound symbolic weight. It reaffirms the judiciary's role as a check on executive power and strengthens the institutional guardrails meant to protect independent agencies. The decision sends a clear message that a president's authority to shape the bureaucracy is not absolute and is subject to legal and constitutional limitations. This is particularly crucial for the Fed, as its independence is widely considered essential for maintaining price stability and promoting maximum employment without succumbing to the temptation of short-term political gains, which can lead to runaway inflation or economic instability. Prediction and solutions. The temporary block is only the first act in this legal drama. The case will almost certainly proceed, likely through a full trial, to determine whether the president has the authority to remove a Fed governor without a compelling statutory reason. The final ruling could set a landmark precedent for the future relationship between the executive branch and independent regulatory bodies. If the courts ultimately side with the plaintiffs, it would solidify the independence of the Fed and similar agencies, making it more difficult for future presidents to arbitrarily fire officials. Conversely, a ruling in favor of the president could grant the executive branch unprecedented power over institutions designed to operate outside the political fray. In the near term, the Fed's policy will likely remain on its current trajectory, with its decisions guided by its dual mandate of stable prices and maximum employment. The ongoing legal battle will serve as a backdrop to its deliberations, but the temporary injunction ensures that the core of its leadership remains stable. In terms of broader solutions, the case highlights the necessity of robust legal and institutional frameworks to protect the integrity of government agencies. First, it underscores the importance of a vigilant judiciary willing to scrutinize executive actions. Second, it calls for continued public education on the role of the Federal Reserve and the rationale for its independence. A well-informed public is better equipped to support institutional norms and resist political interference. Finally, the situation suggests that future legislative action may be necessary to further clarify the for-cause removal standards for heads of independent agencies, thereby reducing ambiguity and preventing similar constitutional showdowns in the future.